This week, Goldman Sachs had finally upgraded NIO stock from $4.3 per share. Yes, just a couple of days ago, Goldman Sachs target price for NIO shares, which cost like $7 per share for quite some time now, target price was $4.3 per share. So right now it's 7, it's finally 7, so Goldman had upgraded by 62% the stock of NIO. We will talk about the report, the analyst note which Goldman had issued. They said a couple of nice things about NIO. They have improved the deliveries outlook until 2030. In addition to that, we have some news about the deliveries of NIO for this week, and deliveries were good. There were more than 10,000 vehicles this week as well. So if we not taking into account this week where it was a lot of holidays a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, it's third consecutive week of NIO delivering more than 10,000 vehicles, and this is exactly what NIO investors need right now to hit these promised numbers, which we will talk about them, of course, in this video as well. So without further ado, let's begin. Hello and welcome to the Market Monkeys channel. My name is Vadim. Today we are talking about NIO. Let's recap everything that had happened this week with the company. So first, let's begin with Goldman Sachs. So in Goldman Sachs, we have a bunch of analysts there, and a lot of these analysts, each one of them have their own target price. We have talked about Vice President of Goldman Sachs by the name of Tina. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. I don't want to make any rush decisions, so that's the name for you. She had upgraded NIO about a couple of months ago. We had a video about that, but right now the rest of the analysts for Goldman finally upgraded their target prices as well. So now the official kind of target price of Goldman is about $7 per share. If we're talking about Wall Street as a whole, the average target price for NIO is somewhere about $6.92 per share, so pretty much where NIO stock is right now. The highest is about $9 per share. If I'm not mistaken, what was it? JP Morgan was 8.8, something like that. I'm not sure who has a price of $9 per share. The funniest thing for me is that the person with the highest target price for NIO is Jim Cramer from the last week, who predicted $10 per share and then, and I quote, everyone should sell immediately. In analyst note from Goldman Sachs, the company mentioned that NIO had much better deliveries recently, and they have a new line of vehicles, and we are talking about, of course, L90s and ES8s, which are all the buzz right now. By the way, this week the CEO of NIO had teased the release of ES9 in middle of next year. Hopefully it will be the same range as we have with ES8 right now. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to like this video, of course. By the way, thank you very much for being such an amazing crowd. Like every time we release video on NIO, you're liking it just to the moon. So please keep doing that. Thank you very much for that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. Now let's talk about deliveries, because this is important. So this week, NIO delivered 10,300 vehicles. And first of all, this is great because this is more than 10,000, and this is exactly what investors of NIO need to deliver their numbers. Second of all, if we are taking all the deliveries from the beginning of this month, so from October 1st until October 26th, we have the numbers, and we can sum them all up, and the number we are getting is about 37,000 vehicles delivered from October 1st until October 26th. This is already record-breaking month. Record-breaking before that was August with 31,000 vehicles, and after that it was September with 34,000 vehicles. So in this month, in October, we are expecting NIO to deliver between 41 and probably 43,000 vehicles. Now, I remind you that the guidance of the company is to deliver 150,000 vehicles in October, November, and December. And probably October will be the slowest month. So hopefully, and we are kind of building on that, that in the next month, we will have more deliveries, and the production and the delivery vehicles will be ramped up. But here's what bothers me. Right now, the deliveries are amazing, they're consistent. We have this more than 10,000 number every single week. My problem is we haven't seen anything even slightly more than what? Than 10,800? We haven't seen 11,000 yet. And I think the idea is that this number is the capacity of delivery right now for NIO. They physically cannot deliver more vehicles. Now, we have talked about the new plant which NIO is about to open, the F3 plant. We don't know anything about that. Every single week I'm looking for new information about this plant because NIO desperately needs to increase the capacity. The demand is here. NIO cannot deliver additional vehicles anymore. So let's take a look at what will happen if this F3 plant will never open this year. So until the end of the year, we have something like 9 weeks of deliveries. If NIO keeps delivering about 11,000 vehicles every week, we are getting to what, 99,000 vehicles until the end of the year. So something like 100,000 plus the 40,000 they have delivered in October. So we are getting about 140,000 vehicles until the end of the year. It barely makes the number of 150, but it all assumes that the delivery and that the discipline of the company is like we have never seen before. Like every week they deliver their maximum production. We have no problems, we have no hiccups and no nothing. The company just delivers. And maybe then they will hit the numbers. So basically what I'm trying to say is either we will get crazy discipline. I'm kind of referring to NIO as the company and the expectation of the investors, or we will get the new news from the F3 plant, which we really need NIO to open in the upcoming month if they want to hit the number of 150,000 vehicles until the end of the year. So let's start talking about Q4 and kind of summarizing the first month, because the first month of Q4 is over. So first of all, NIO had picked themselves a war against pretty much the whole of the Wall Street, because NIO is aiming for very good delivery numbers and to breaking even in Q4. None of the company which are covering NIO are actually believing that NIO will be able to, first of all, hit the production numbers, and second of all, to break even in Q4. But NIO management keeps insisting. So first of all, we have that. Second of all, we have already the first month of deliveries, and looks like NIO is pretty much on track. So nothing spectacular, but this will be a record-breaking month, first of all. And second of all, this month kinda shows that the company maybe can do that by the end of December. So we will of course wait to see the numbers for October, but I'm willing to bet that numbers will be something between 41 and 43,000 vehicles delivered. The last thing, and the thing which I personally think will make or break NIO's year, is the opening of the new F3 plant, because this will increase the capacity. The demand, as we talked about, is already there. The new ESA, the orders for these new vehicles are already until the end of April. So the demand is there, the orders are there. NIO just needs to deliver, and we will see in November, in December, if the company will be willing to do that. One more pretty amazing piece of thought I want to leave you with before we close this video is NIO right now is delivering around 10,000 vehicles a week. And we already kind of got used to that, because this is like the new norm for the company. If the company would deliver that every single week for 1 year, they would deliver 500,000 vehicles, which is crazy amount, which is double what they have delivered last year. So just good discipline, good execution, and next year pretty much will be spectacular for the company. Thank you very much for your time. Don't forget to like this video, to subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.